Welcome to the MyBusiness Podcast, where we sit down with local businesses and we talk about who they are, where they come from, and what inspires them to be in business.
Hello and welcome to the MyBusiness Podcast. My name is Adam Bell. I'm your host, and today I've got with me Moana Robinson from Be Styled for Life. Welcome, Moana.
Thank you, Adam. Thanks for having me on.
No, you're welcome. So, personal styling, Be Styled for Life. Tell me a bit about your journey. How did you become a personal stylist, specifically for women over 40?
Well, I'm a long way over 40, so I have found that most of my clients that come to me around about that sort of age group, and I guess I went into this business because of my own personal journey, and I've been a mum, a stay-at-home mum, I've been a working mum, I've been a really busy mum and working in a lawyer. I used to work in a lawyer's office, and I know what it's like to kind of lose yourself and not even realise what you like anymore and what you don't like, and feeling as though you've lost your mojo or lost your style. So I decided about 9 years ago I wanted to do personal styling.
Fantastic. So it's more than just personal styling, though, isn't it? It's about, like you said, restoring mojo for ladies over that age who, life takes over, doesn't it?
Yep.
Tell me more about that.
Well, I think whether you're a career woman or a businesswoman or raising a family, you're always putting other people first, and you've taken the focus off yourself. So a lot of women turn to magazines or the latest fashions, and they think, oh, that's what I need. I'll just buy the latest fashion, or I'll buy what's on sale. I'll just keep on buying until I find something that makes me feel better. They don't really understand what styles suit them and what colours suit them. And putting those two things together, like in each of them, colour and style, there are so many different components, but really, truly knowing yourself, it gives you that confidence, and that's what I'm really giving women is confidence.
Absolutely. You talk about your approach being with your clients, styling them from the inside out.
Yes.
Tell me more. Explain what you mean by that.
I'm really, really fascinated by how personalities work, how our minds work. I'm a qualified life coach as well, which of course has many aspects to it as well. And I used to spend a lot of time telling people I'm not a fashion stylist. I'm all about the person as a whole. So I feel that I give a holistic service, and it's all about how someone feels when they wear certain clothes and how they act when they're wearing certain clothes. I'm not sure if you've heard of something called enclothed cognition.
I haven't.
That's when you dress a certain way, you start to act a certain way. So there was a study, I can't remember where it was done or the year it was done, but they worked out that when scientists put on the lab coat, then they felt more qualified to do their job. As soon as people who wear a uniform put on that uniform, they do their job better. So there is a lot to do with styling and branding. It really has got a psychological effect.
That's really interesting. It's something I've never thought of, but you've just sort of sparked a little light off in my head. Like even, a police officer wearing their uniform, would give them a feeling of more authority.
Yes.
And even I know it's probably one of the most unstylish guys around, that when you're wearing something that you feel good in, you feel good.
You do, and it's really important to feel good. My favourite saying is, if you feel good, you look good, and if you look good, you feel good. It's a circle. So,
and it works the same way. When you're wearing something that doesn't feel so good, it sort of drags you down a little bit as well.
Yes, and that's why my business, I renamed my business from Beauty Glow years ago to Be Styled for Life, because it has two meanings. Be styled for the life that you have right now, so that your style works for you and works for your life, and also be styled for the rest of your life, so that you always keep up with what your lifestyle is and what your likes and dislikes and the climate that you live in. There's so many aspects to it.
Yeah, no, I can imagine, because also I spent a few years overseas and saw the fashion that was around in a colder climate. So the UK, and even when I went to Paris, the fashion there, even for men, was amazing. So I guess climate has a lot to do with it. Here on the Gold Coast, as a guy, I feel as though there's shorts, T-shirt and thongs. How much does climate have to do with someone's style?
Climate has a lot to do with it. I feel that style personality is really important, and I sort of describe to people when I do my styling, I do a style personality assessment, and style personality has to sometimes adapt to a climate. So if you're someone who's like a dramatic style personality or a rebellious style personality who likes to wear lots of zips and leather and suede and, lots of coats and things like that, if you move up to Darwin or somewhere for your work or for your family reasons, sometimes you have to adapt your style to that, or, to a more casual lifestyle, to a more casual climate, then you have to adapt. And if you're in a hot climate, you have to think about the fabrics that you're wearing. You can't wear a lot of polyester and hot material. And the same thing, if you move to a colder climate, you've really got to adjust your style according to that.
Of course. Let's do a bit of a deep dive into your services, because there's a lot in what you do. A lot. I couldn't believe it when I started to do a bit of research about how deep you do go. Let's talk colour analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that important for one's personal branding?
That I really believe that colour is one of the most important aspects. Colour is in every single day. If you're in a room full of people and you ask someone to go and talk to someone else, you might say, just go and talk to that woman in the red dress or that guy in the blue suit over there. We always use colour. If you count up the number of times you say colour in a day, a certain colour. It's in cars, it's in furnishings, everything. Colour is really important. Colour can make you look ill and tired if you're wearing the wrong colours for your skin, your hair and your eyes, or colour can make you look fantastic even if you're feeling not so well.
How do you determine how does a colour analysis work? How do you work out what colour is the right colour for a certain person?
It was popular years ago, and it seems to have people have become more aware of it. I do use the drapes, so I use colour drapes, and first of all I work out whether their colouring is light or dark, and then so that's the overall value, and then I'll work out whether they have got a warm undertone or a cool undertone. A lot of people know about that, some don't. So the warm undertone normally suits sort of if you think of colours in nature, the autumns, the autumn colours, the browns, the oranges, the olive greens, and the golden sort of colours. And then cool undertone, if you think of colours in nature like the ocean colours, the sky, some greens, more of the emerald greens or the paler, softer greens. So I don't use the Colour Me Beautiful system, which is spring, summer, autumn, winter. I'm not sure if you've heard of that or not.
No.
No, that's most people are familiar with the seasonal colour system.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I use the absolute colour system, and I really love it because the swatches that I give my clients describe what the colour looks like. Like spicy is a warm swatch, and that's sort of got paprika colours and oranges and browns.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is really interesting. When you do the colour analysis and you start to talk colours with a client,
Mm-hmm.
I guess question A, do they generally know what their good colours are, or are they surprised? And B, do you ever have someone not agree with you on what you tell them their perfect colours are?
Sometimes they're surprised. Most women intuitively know.
I would have thought so.
Yeah. Some are surprised, and some women come to me because they say, my wardrobe hasn't worked for me for 10 years. I've been so frustrated for 10 years. And they may have had a colour analysis done 10 years ago, and they may have been warm and they're cool now because of a hair colour change, or maybe it was an incorrect colour analysis. And some women will look at their colour swatch and think, oh, I don't know if I suit these colours, and sort of not sure about it. Well, it's really only happened once or twice, but I have had someone email me with a colour swatch fanned out on her favourite dress, and that dress had practically all the colours from the colour swatch in the dress.
Wow.
Yeah, so it can be quite surprising, or sometimes most women, they say, yes, yep, I agree with that, yep.
Fantastic.
Or sometimes it's like a light bulb has gone on. They're my favourite times, when you see their face light up and they go, oh, I can see it.
I was going to say that must happen a bit too, where they haven't realised that combination or that style was exactly right for them, and they see it suddenly, and that must be just...
That's correct. And sometimes I'll do a wardrobe audit, and they may not want to go out shopping and buy a whole lot of new clothes, but they're just not sure what garments to wear with other garments. So I'll suggest, and sometimes they're quite surprised at the colour combinations that can be put together.
What's an wardrobe?
Wardrobe.
An wardrobe audit? A wardrobe audit.
Oh, that's when usually it's women who have too many clothes in their wardrobe and they want to get rid of some. And the wise thing to do is to do that before they go shopping, instead of just buying more clothes and adding to it. It's when I go in and help them choose clothing that to keep and some to discard.
So you physically go and stand there with them at the wardrobe and
yes.
pull out things and
Yep.
we're keeping that, we're not keeping that.
Yep.
That's
and
gotta
I've
go.
even done it internationally, where someone has taken me into their wardrobe on their laptop or their iPad, and we've had a discussion and they hold things up to them. And
you do it
yeah, we do it
virtually.
that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fabulous. How does a style consultation work?
Style consultation's quite involved because I do a style personality assessment, which is what I was talking about before. There might be an elegant style personality or feminine or dramatic. And also I do a style type assessment, which is like the Myers-Briggs type of assessment. Yeah, so it might be an ENFP or INTJ or something. So I've added that, which is external. I actually purchased that on behalf of my clients. It helps me to work with the client so I understand their kind of intrinsic personality. So that's more about how they like to store their clothes in their wardrobe, how they like to shop, if they like a capsule type wardrobe or if they like a huge choice of clothing. So I do that. I work out their body shape, their body proportions, their face shape. So many different aspects.
Sure. So you do a colour analysis, you do a style consultation, you've done the wardrobe audit.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to go shopping.
Yes.
The personal shopping experience. Now, probably every woman out there listening today is probably thinking, this is the best job ever. You get to go shopping. Tell me about the personal shopping experience.
I do love shopping, and this way I can get my shopping fix and do it with someone else. So, I love it because quite often it's something that you can do instead of taking your best friend shopping, and then you can surprise your best friend with all the new purchases without having them along. It's quite good to have someone who doesn't have that relationship with you to sort of give you an impartial view. And most of the time I just put my client in the fitting room and I will race around, and I'd say 100% of my clients so far have been adventurous, and they say, I just want to try on clothes that you suggest to me.
Yep.
And I always seem to strike the sales too, which is good.
Oh, fantastic. How do you decide where to go?
If I don't know the client very well, if I haven't done their colour and style, I might go to Myer or David Jones, and then some other boutiques that I know. I sort of have got to know the owners or the women that work in the boutiques. If I do know them quite well, I know what the style is, and I will go probably straight to a shop that I know stocks what they're looking for or what their style is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. So your style day, especially for you, sounds like an incredibly transformational experience.
Yes.
Could you describe what a day looks like for a client and the impact this does have on them?
The style day, especially for you, is it's a fun day, and it's quite, it can be it's not exhausting for the client, but it can be a little bit overwhelming because they do so much in the one day.
In one day. But that's what it's designed to do, isn't it?
It's a whole package.
Yep.
It's everything that they need. If they're feeling really lost, they get their colour done, their style done, which is everything that would be done separately. We go either wardrobe audit or shopping, depending which one they want. We have some lunch. And they also get a headshot photo taken by my friend Samiko from Samiko Photography, who's a real artist when it comes to her being behind the camera. It's amazing. Yeah.
That must be a fantastic day for them. I imagine they come, feeling a little bit of trepidation in everything they're going to do, but what it would get to the end of the day and just be on cloud nine.
Yes, I recently took an 18-year-old girl shopping, and I think she's still over in Paris now, but she went over for an immersive experience to learn French overseas. And it was her mother that bought the style day especially for her. And we had a great day. Yeah, she was a very mature 18-year-old, but most of my clients are sort of older clients. And yeah, it's a really, really good experience, and you'd be surprised, a lot of husbands really want their wives to have that kind of experience.
I can imagine, because they want them to feel good, and
Yes.
that's where we started talking today. Is it's about the feel good factor at the end of the day. I mean, this is looking after the outside, but it's about how it makes you feel on the inside.
Exactly, and it's not a short-lived, if you're buying it as a gift, it's not a short-lived gift. That's the gift that keeps on giving, because they will always have that style knowledge, and they get booklets so they can look at it, make it their own. They bond with their colour swatch, they get to know the colours that suit them, and by the time someone leaves me, they know what their colours are and what their styles
Sure.
is.
Look, there might be a lot of women out there listening who think, personal styling, it's something for celebrities. It's something for that powerful businesswoman or for the rich or for the rich or the elite. Who are your clients and who and your services, who are they designed for?
My services are designed to empower my client. I want them to go away feeling that they've got the power themselves. I always love it when clients come back to me and say, "Oh, can you take me shopping?" That's really a lot of fun, and I love it. I love, most of my clients do become friends, or I've had some friends that become clients. But it's a really, really good experience, and it's not just short-lived. It's something that will carry on for a lifetime.
So it's for anyone who
Anyone. Yeah, it's not just for celebrities. It's I know, but I wouldn't like anyone to be reliant on me. I do shopping boards as well, so online shopping boards. So if someone's got a special occasion, I can create a shopping board for them. They can go onto that online board and click on the garment and go through and purchase it online if they want to. So I provide that sort of service as well.
Okay. Tell me about a memorable transformation story. One of your clients, a story that really sticks out to you.
Oh, that's a good question. Quite a few. I've had quite a few coaching clients that then say they want colour and style. I did do a colour and style session for a lady who was actually homeless, and that was, I sort of did an article for a magazine for that, so I did that for her. Really, really lovely lady, and the transformation with her was pretty amazing. She looked great. She looked so good in the clothes, and she just swung the jacket over her shoulder when she walked out the changing room and just had this kind of swagger about her. It was beautiful to see.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Now, you've written a couple of books.
Mm-hmm.
One is an Amazon bestseller.
Yes.
I'd like you to tell us a little bit about both of them. So, number one here, Living with Sass and Style Over 50. That's the Amazon bestseller?
Yes, Be Styled for Life, Living with Sass and Style Over 50. That came about because I really wanted women to have access to what I provided in my online program, and the first part of it was actually quite unexpected. I was just going to transfer what's on my online program into a book, and then I thought, well, I'm all about the inside and the outside, so the first part of the book's about the inside, the second part of the book is about the outside. The first part of the book has a lot of my experiences in it and my experience as a coach. And then the second part of the book is the more to do with the more practical aspects of styling and colour.
Okay, and for anyone listening out there who would like to get it, it's called Living with Sass and Style Over 50 by Moana Robinson. They can go onto Amazon still and get it there?
Yes, they can go onto Amazon or Goodreads or any of the online bookstores, or they can just go onto my website, bestyledforlife.com.au, and I can just post a copy out to them.
Fabulous. And that's what obviously they can get a heap of more information about what we've been talking about today.
Yes, definitely.
Now, a very different book, I imagine.
Yes.
Teddy's Revenge, Overcoming Life's Challenges with Sass and Style. Tell us about that one.
Well, Teddy's Revenge is a teaching memoir, and it's all about some events that happened to me a couple of years ago. They were all unexpected. It's very sad, but I accidentally trod on my brand new little puppy's foot. Broke his leg.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but I'd had quite a scary diagnosis, and I was due to go into hospital, I think it was the week after, and so I had to have carotid artery surgery, and that surgery sort of turned into something a bit more sinister, and I ended up in intensive care and had 3 more surgeries that week to release the swelling that happened in on my throat. And I got out of hospital and got up to have a drink of water because my vocal cords were damaged, and slipped over in a puddle of Teddy's wee. And so that's what Teddy's Revenge was. But it's sort of describing what I went through. And also at the back of the book, Teddy's tips. So Teddy now has a little sister called Daisy, and they're so precious, Teddy and Daisy, 2 cavoodles that we've got. Yeah.
Lovely. Sounds like a good read.
It is. It's humorous, it's funny, but it's also a bit confronting as well, the first part of the book. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, well, look, again, whereabouts they can get that at your website?
Yeah, my website or Amazon.
Fantastic. Yep. So, look, you've given us some wonderful information about the services you offer, and for any lady out there, whether they be over 40 or even younger, sounds like it's a wonderful way to make yourself feel good and create a new. Think about it. It's how good you feel when you do have those different clothes on that work for you.
Yep.
Give me the advice that you'd give to someone who's contemplating doing this, contemplating coming to you for your services and to getting a personal stylist to work for them.
The advice that I would get, if you're not sure what it is that you want, or depending on budget, I really believe in getting your colours done. I think that's so powerful. And I'm very friendly, approachable, everything's confidential. And my goal is for you to walk away feeling like $1 million, and for you to be able to reach into your wardrobe and just get dressed in 5 minutes, walk out the door knowing that you look and feel absolutely amazing. So I'm very, very open to questions, and my goal is to educate you into what is going to be the best colours for you, the best style for you, and really to truly get to know yourself.
Fantastic. And going to your website, they can book a free consultation with you, a 15-minute chat just to talk about what they're after, what you can offer, and see whether it's a good match. Exactly,
yep. I do coaching and styling, and I'm in the process of packaging everything up together. So, yeah, everybody kind of gets a bit of coaching while they're doing the style, while they're getting their styling done anyway. So it's just something that is a win-win because I love what I do.
And probably a bit unique too. I would imagine that these aren't 2 services that are combined a lot out there by anybody else.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think so. But I sort of don't take too much notice of what anyone else is doing. I just kind of do my own thing, and I just really love doing it. And I've loved doing it for years and years, but I just hadn't turned it into a business. And now I'm a qualified coach and qualified personal stylist, and love doing colour. That's my favourite thing, the colour and style personality.
Okay,
Yeah.
so tell us again, what is that website?
bestyledforlife.com.au.
And that's just with a B, isn't it? Not B-E.
Yes, with a B and the 4 is FOR. So
FOR.
Be Styled for Life.
So jump on there, book
Yeah.
a consultation with Moana, 20 minutes, and
Yep.
see what she can do for you. Look, thanks so much for coming on the My Business podcast. It's opened up my eyes to what a personal stylist does and can achieve for somebody. And I'm sure it has for a lot of our listeners too. So thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Thanks for listening to the My Business Podcast. If you want to be on our podcast, please reach out to the team on all our socials at mybusiness.pod.